This video is demonstrating the mosaic thorn stitch pattern. Mosaic is slip stitch knitting in which only one color yarn is used per row. In this example, my main color is the navy. My contrast color is this golden brownish color. The pattern that I'm working has the round I'm demonstrating as round 1 and round 5. If you're working a different pattern, you can still use this video. Know that the round I'm demonstrating is the round where there are 3 knit stitches followed by a knit yarn over knit into the same stitch. Where I am now is where I'm going to demonstrate the knit yarn over knit into the same stitch. In this case, my navy main color stitch. I am knitting continental or continental-ish, where I have the yarn in my left hand. I'm not picking, but you could be. I'm kind of throwing with it in my left hand. If you're knitting English style, the yarn is in your right hand. The same stitch technique applies regardless of how you're holding your yarn. So I have come to this point. I'm going to take my right hand needle as I normally would and knit the stitch and pull it through. But I'm not going to take my original stitch off the left hand needle just yet. I am going to yarn over. Then I am going to bring my right hand needle back to the front and knit through that stitch again. Now that I have knit, yarn over knit into the same stitch, the stitch comes off my left hand needle. This here is an increase of 2. Where I had 1 stitch, I now have 3. It happens every 4th stitch. So in between, I have knit 1, knit 2, knit 3. I'm going to move my stitches down, and I'm back for another knit, yarn over knit into the same stitch. When you do these, knit, don't pull it too tightly. That's one thing that can scrunch up your mosaic, just like when you're doing stranded color work. If you don't let it be loose enough, for example, with floats in color work or with some stitches in mosaic, your fabric will bunch and have a different gauge and not sit right with the rest of the pattern. So if you haven't done a gauge swatch in pattern, that's okay, potentially. Just watch for it and make sure that you're not too tight and don't need to go up a needle size for the mosaic. So I pulled it through. Now I don't want it to be this loose. This isn't going to be some hugely elongated stitch, but I don't want it to be so tight that later when I need to carry that up in order to knit my stitches together, it's too tight. Just regular or slightly looser than you normally would. Knit, yarn over, knit. Those 3 are there. My original comes off. 3 knit stitches in between. Okay, speeding it up just a little bit so you can see it more naturally. Knit, yarn over, knit, and off the needle. 1, 2, 3 stitches in between. Move your stitches along. Back to that main color stitch, knit, yarn over, knit, knit, 2, 3. And then you can see I have some rounds of this already done.